Hey, hey, hey. So today I want to talk about the food component of a healthy lifestyle. The food component of a healthy lifestyle, how to keep your weight off. When you begin this lifestyle, it is very challenging. When I began in my 20s, a healthier lifestyle definitely began with food. I definitely talk a lot about fitness. You'll see fitness inspiration here on my channel, videos, but the most important part of this journey is the food. So today I just want to talk about four. Four I feel like are very key to the process when it comes to food. It definitely starts in the mind. And number one is trust the process. We don't gain weight or lose weight or whatever place you're in. We don't do that overnight. So everything is a process. This is a process, meaning think about why you want to start this journey and trust the process, and think of it as one day at a time, one meal at a time, one choice at a time. So trusting the process is very important. I would say when you start out, create a regimen that works for you during that time in your life, whatever stage you're in. You need to think about, what can I do today that I can maintain long term? I am not into diets, quick fixes, fads. I've never done any of them. Now, what I mean by I've never done any of them, I remember the Slim Tummy Tea came out. I definitely tried that for a little bit. I'm like, it's working. It wasn't working. Tummies and targeting parts of our body, that doesn't, no. Food is really a conscious decision. What am I eating and why? I'm not a nutritionist in the context of a dietitian, went to school or anything for, but I believe we all are personal nutritionists for ourselves and our families. So it really starts with trusting the process. It's a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. We didn't gain the weight or lose the weight overnight. We didn't create patterns and habits overnight. Most of these things come from our childhood. So we have to trust the process. So that's why it's important to start today. It's a personal journey, not a group effort. I know when starting out, especially if you're doing fitness, which you should have a fitness component, although this is about food, when you go out to eat or when you're at home cooking or when it's family gathering time, understand this is very personal. You have to be intentional about your decisions. When you go out, if one of your things, for me, when we started this, I did not eat bread. I cut bread out, period. Bread, pasta, sodas, sugars. I really started with the four whites. I always say white rice, white sugar, white bread, which I wasn't really eating anyway, but white flour. Like everything white should first start out, go into brown. And now I do a lot of, alternatives like monk fruit but the starting out, you have to really think about, it's personal. So if I go to someone's house and they have something that's outside of my diet, I'm not going to eat it. If I go out to eat and people are ordering bread, I'm not going to eat it. And it is very challenging. But again, when you start this journey, you've got to be very, very conscious about everything that you do. Because again, we're breaking habits, we're breaking patterns, cycles that are within us. It has nothing to do with external behaviors, everything to do with what we choose. So trust the process is number one. And number two, it's a personal journey, not a group effort. If you set up a date and you are at the gym and your accountability partner doesn't show, you still show up, send them a picture, say, hey girl, I missed you. Encourage them, but you don't quit, or you don't, give in to your own personal goals because people are not on board with you. You cannot do that. It's a no-no. So trust the process. Number two, it's personal. It is not a group effort. It is not. You will meet people along the way who's going to support you, who's going to be there, but that's different spaces. You got to be committed to it to even meet those people. All right, number three, I would say cook as often as you can. Again, we are the nutritionists for ourselves, for our family, and cooking is where it begins. I started meal prepping in my 20s. And again, if you really think about our families, they meal prep. It's just, what were they making? Oh, we all ate leftovers. So cooking is not something that's foreign to us. It's what we're cooking. Again, being very conscious about that, what to cook. In the world and the age that we're in, there are so many healthy, nutritional meals out there. And I am going to share and kind of tap into that piece of, this lifestyle, because I began with simple substitutions, and that's something that I continue to do. I really have not deviated from when I began this journey in my 20s, and now I'm in my 40s. Seriously, I haven't, because I created something early on that I knew. I was like, okay, what works and what can I continue to do? I've changed a little bit of things, but overall, it really started with, again, eliminating the whites, eliminating sodas, juices, none of that, strictly water. Pastas and breads and things like that. When I first started, I was not eating that for, at least a year, literally. Now, did I eat birthday cake and Would I've had bread, maybe if I was over somebody's house? Yeah, but after like that first 6 months or 3 months when I started this, I really was intentional about what I ate and what I did. So number 3 is cook as much as you can. And I would just say cook the basics. Go back to the basics. Proteins, you don't need a starch with every meal, but there are healthy starches. That's another myth. You can eat carbs. Carbs are fuel for our body. Carbs give us energy, but again, carbs shouldn't be loaded with sugar. Your body will naturally burn the carbs, but it can't be loaded with sugar, which is going to just turn into fat. So again, not getting into those details, I definitely will share some recipes and simple substitutions on my channel, but I want to just really get into these things that really have to do with mindset. So I'm going to cook today. I was a teacher in the classroom. I would cook. I was never in that cafeteria. I would cook my meals. They would be there every day, from boiled eggs to breakfast. I would have egg scramble, but quick things, quiche, or, things that I could just pop in the microwave at work or eat on the way there. Smoothies, definitely things that just work for me. You have to think about what's your lifestyle. A lot of people work from home. What can you do in the morning? Now I intermittent fast. I don't even eat in the morning. So intermittent fasting is what I do now. So again, just what can work for you during this stage of your life, but you have to cook. Did I eat out at times? Of course I did. And when I ate, it would be healthy proteins. Again, same things that I was cooking at home. I didn't go out to eat and just break my entire diet. Cheat meals, I don't really talk a lot about that because when you're starting out, there's no cheating. I don't even really like that concept. I think it's a lifestyle of, can I eat sometimes and enjoy things that I really want to eat? Yeah, but if you're just starting out, you have to stick to a new pattern, a new regimen to keep you going. Cheat meals and stuff like that, I don't believe in them. When you're first starting out, I just don't. Especially if you are in an extreme situation like obesity or malnutrition or, bulimia or anorexic, you're struggling with some type of illness, obesity is an illness, then no, there are no cheat meals. It has to be very personal, a self-love journey to understand that this is my body and this is my temple, and that's number 4. So number 3, cook as often as you can. Number 4, really look at your body for what it is. It is an engine that gets us throughout our entire life. Again, I started this journey in my 20s, and I thought about my future during that time. My background, I've shared in different capacities, but yeah, I definitely had genetics or habits and patterns of just eating. We ate. I love food. It is part of still I love food, but I have learned to substitute ingredients to create meals that appreciate my body. And that's just the truth, because what we eat, we become. We look at our body, we put on clothes, we don't like the way we look, we don't like the way we feel, we don't have the energy. It's because our food. That's what it is. You can never work out a day in your life and eat healthy. You will be okay. Me personally, I can't eat that healthy all the time, so I'm getting that gym. And gym also, our fitness gives you another level of energy. It definitely does, releasing those endorphins. And there's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. But again, today about food, you really have to think about your body as what it is. It's absorbing everything that you eat. So we want to think of, I always say, don't focus on the calories, but the nutrients. What are we giving our body today? I'm big on adding types of food, like adding chopped up spinach to some potatoes or boiled potatoes, or think about adding these things that we've never probably experienced or even tasted, or maybe we did have them and they were just boiled and thrown on a plate. We don't like them. So again, I'll help around that, hopefully with some recipes and things that I actually eat that are tasty, but focus on the journey. Trust the process, number 1. Number 2, it's very personal. It's not a group effort. Number 3, cooking as much as you can and as often as you can. And number 4, your body is a temple. So appreciate your body as a temple. We are what we eat. Food is fuel, and it's our energy for today. Health begins from the inside out. Food is medicine. So let's continue to drop these F-bombs, as I like to say. If you're new to my channel, this is what it's about. I am as a platform of personal development, and food is fundamental to that. These are things we have to consume, and we're going to be conscious consumers in every part of our life. So stay true, stay close to your soul, and continue to do the things that make you whole.